name's Jamie Marais. I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. I have the privilege of training in these mountains, and I'll be chatting to you today a little bit about a project called the 4 Giants Challenge, which is an extreme endurance challenge. 4 of the biggest physical challenges that we could find in South and Central Africa across 3 different sporting disciplines that I'll be taking on over a period of hopefully 12 months. So the first challenge is going to be to run up Table Mountain 24 times in a row. It's the greatest number of consecutive summits ever recorded for Table Mountain. And the second challenge is going to be an official Guinness World Record attempt for the greatest vertical height on a bicycle in 12 hours. So there I need to be riding up and down a mountain pass non-stop for 12 hours to hopefully try and break 9,400 meters. Current Guinness record is 9,300 meters. And to put that in perspective, the guys that are doing the Everesting are doing the height of Everest, which is 9,000 meters in 24 hours, and effectively I need to exceed that in half the time. So it's a pretty serious challenge. And a couple of months later I will be heading up to Tanzania in Central Africa to paddle across the longest lake in the world on a stand-up paddleboard. And I think it's going to take between 10 and 14 days, paddling about 80 kilometers a day. Croc-infested lake full of hippos. It's got the largest crocs in the world, 20-foot crocs, which is going to make it pretty interesting. And the final challenge of the 4 Giants will be a speed summit, so up and down Kilimanjaro, hopefully in under 10 hours. Training and preparation is obviously massive. I mean, each challenge takes a huge amount of training, preparation. So I'm just focusing on one challenge at a time. Table Mountain 24 Summits is the first one. So obviously a huge amount of vertical running. Typical training session will be an hour or 2 of gym work in the morning for upper body strength and core stability. And then about anywhere between 3, 4, sometimes 5 hours of running several times a week. And it's always vertical. So set up a little base camp on Lion's Head and ran up and down for 12 hours non-stop to see how many times I could summit, and managed to run up and down 12 times, so up and down Lion's Head 12 times in 12 hours, which was 60 kilometers and just under 5,000 vertical meters of climbing. So to do that in one go was a pretty hectic effort. As far as we know, it's the greatest number of summits ever recorded on Lion's Head, so that in itself was a record. I'm not a spring chicken. I'm 40 years old. I have a beautiful wife and 3 kids, so that is already quite a handful. Recovery after these sessions is obviously nutrition, sleep, critical. So after a big session, typically I'd smash a whole bunch of eggs with lots of red peppers, orange peppers, green peppers full of antioxidants, and lots of green smoothies with avo and kale, and I definitely add some protein in there. And then try and get as much sleep as I can, but that sadly evades us with 3 kids, as you can imagine. The main purpose of the 4 Giants Challenge and everything that I'm doing is, number 1, to inspire South Africans to realize that no giant is too big to face, and number 2, to raise support for the Sabrina Love Foundation, who care for kids with special needs. I mean, talking about kids who could never do the sort of things most of us do on a daily basis. The most important thing, remember, no giant is too big to face. Doesn't matter what you're facing, what you're going through. No mountain's too high, no lake is too wide, no giant is too big to face.